All right, we will continue our media availabilities with William Byron, driver of the number 24 Liberty University Chevrolet for Hampshire Motor Sports. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. If you have one, please raise your hand and we will get to you. We'll start with Pat and then go to Bob.
Pat DeCola, NASCAR.com. We've seen a lot of drivers shuffling past couple weeks and things happening. And do you think it's going to be common now that we're going to see drivers kind of negotiating well past their contracts, like years ahead, or is that just kind of an anomaly?
I think it's just kind of an anomaly. I think, Tyler's obviously, super talented, and I think, he has a lot of leverage there, with winning and things like that. So I don't know. I don't think that'll be common. I think, it happened with Kevin way back before I was racing, but watched it happen. And I just think it's the way that, just the way it worked out with that situation.
We'll go to Bob.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. Can you kind of sum up the experience at Slinger? And again, It's just another week where you win during the week. Do you come into the Cup weekends with any more of a kind of a spring in your step after winning a short track race?
Yeah, I mean, great question. I think honestly, I had a great time at Slinger. I had never been to that race, but I've heard a lot about it, watched videos. Matt Kenseth has won it 8 times. Kyle Busch has won it once. Only reason I know that stuff is because it's on the trophy, so that was cool. But I enjoyed it. I've raced a lot more this year, and I've loved what it's done for just the use of my time. Like, I can be back home, trying to prepare for a race as much as I can, but being out at the racetrack is just fun. I didn't realize how much I enjoy doing that during the week, and it's tougher on the schedule. Like, you get less sleep, you don't have as much time at home. All those things are true, but it's just been a lot of fun to do it. So looking forward to the future, I feel like it's something that I'm going to try to incorporate, in my career as I go. And obviously it's gone great this year. I never would have thought it would go like it has, but it's gone, pretty amazing. A lot of things have worked out in our favor to win the races. And it does bring over some confidence because I feel like I'm in a race car, I'm learning, and I can just have some fun.
We'll go to Matthew and then Jana.
Matthew Warnes with Yankee Racer. William, last night Brad raced the late model at Thunder Road, and we've seen other drivers in the Cup Xfinity and Truck Series support grassroots racing. What does that say about racing as a whole right now?
Well, I think a lot of people don't understand how difficult, like, each racetrack you go to or each series you go to, there's the people in that series are the best at what they do. So, when we went up to Wisconsin and raced Slinger, like, I was 29th in practice at the beginning. I mean, my car was a lot better than that, and I was probably going to get better than that too. But it's not easy just to go to these different places and just, insert yourself. And so that's what makes it so impressive of what Kyle Larson did last year and what other guys have done in the past. Kyle Busch. I mean, Kyle Busch used to travel to all these places. Matt Kenseth, people like that. So I think that it's cool that Brad went and did that last night, and it's just it's fun to see the different environments.
Hi, now that you're here in New Hampshire, how are you feeling about the weekend, and what do you think about the track here?
Yeah, New Hampshire's, I mean, I thought I had it figured out before I got to Cup, the Cup Series, and I realized that I just had really good cars to get me to this point. So, New Hampshire's a place I've wanted to work at and get better and improve, and this is a perfect opportunity this weekend to, hopefully improve, and, hopefully it translates to the Cup side. The Xfinity car is a little bit different, but the downforce level and power level is not that different, and the fact that it's a short track, should line up pretty well. So kind of excited to get laps in the Xfinity car, and, hopefully we can, we finish second at Texas, and hopefully we can have a little bit better run than that.
Throughout the day today, what did your prep look like? What have you been doing today?
Not much of anything. I just got in with the team guys and just kind of get some lunch and wait for this practice session to start. So only 20 minutes of practice isn't a lot, but I mean, hopefully get 1 or 2 runs and get a chance to just feel the car out. And I go out in first in qualifying, so I'm not sure how good that's going to be or bad. I think, you know, going out early is usually not a great thing, so we'll just have to see how that plays out.
We'll go in the back to Mark.
Mark Garrow, PRN. Quick follow-up on the grassroots question. How important do you think it is to the overall health of not only NASCAR but short track racing that you guys are doing more crossover? Because it's almost like one track, one group of fans at a time, you know, you build more popularity not only for yourself but the sport. How important do you feel that is for you guys to do that?
Yeah, I think it's important. You notice with when you go to some of these short tracks, you notice how little some people know about what we're doing or what's going on or where the Cup Series is racing. So and then when you kind of educate them and they get a chance to meet you, their whole perspective changes on what NASCAR is all about. So, you know, I think sometimes it's kind of distant for them. Like the drivers seem pretty distant just from their side of the fence to inside the garage. And I think going to the short tracks, like it's really not difficult to get a pit pass and go up and talk to your favorite driver. So it opens that door a little bit more.
How do you like interacting with the fans at the short track that way? Because like you said, there's a little more.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, they know if you're like working in practice or not, and you know the fact that there's no like, you know, barrier there. Like they can talk to you anytime. So you know, typically I try to limit it to after practice or before practice, but it's cool because you get to hear different stories. Like there was one guy that was at Jeff Gordon's first race, and you know, in the 24, and then he's, you know, now he's seeing me at Atlanta. And so people like that you meet it's cool to, you know, hear the stories.
Final question. I want to talk a little bit about Pocono next week. How many times do you anticipate you'll be shifting at Pocono? What's it like to have to constantly shift on a racetrack like that?
Yeah. Watching, I didn't get a chance to run Pocono in the simulator this week, but watching Brett Moffitt run the simulator, I got a chance to kind of see where he was shifting. It looks like you'll be shifting obviously every corner as it is this year in most places, but I don't know if you'll shift twice in certain corners or not. I'm not sure how the gearing is for that, but it'll be interesting for sure. You know, and then to see how tomorrow is too with the shifting.
Just a quick follow-up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're okay.
Quick follow-up on that. You have the longer straightaway in NASCAR. I mean, what's it going to be like to be downshifting, you know, at the end of that thing, and then find the right place to upshift? And it seems like there's a lot going on right there. Brakes, downshift, turn.
Yeah, honestly, yes, but we're used to it now. I think we've been shifting so much. Even Charlotte, you know, if you're back in traffic, people were shifting. So I don't think you ever kind of rule it out of your playbook. And then, you know, with that comes kind of normalcy with it. So I think we're getting more and more used to it. It took me a while to, you know, understand how to take my hand off the wheel and use my left hand a little bit more to steer the car, but it's becoming more natural now. Mm-hmm.
Are there any other questions for William? Bob?
Yeah, to follow up on that, I mean, do you expect to be shifting twice here, or do you think you'll get through the corners shifting just once?
I mean, based on my sim time, I feel like it'll probably be once both ends, but you know, I would feel like if you get way back in traffic, you could be shifting twice each corner, each lap. So third gear is definitely, you know, an option, and it's not too much of a drop. It doesn't seem like from third to fourth.
We'll go ahead and wrap up with Dustin.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. William, look, you've had a really successful season, even at this point, even if nothing else happens with the wins and everything. I know, like, the last few weeks maybe haven't turned out as well as you'd hope. But when you have success, like you did at Slinger and some other places that you've done this year, does it really matter, in a sense, from a driver's point of view? Because, I mean, you've already won Cup races this year, and, you know, you're still a championship contender. When you win these types of things, what is as much learning skills, or is it much of hey, I just feel better about myself because I won a race and I beat these guys? What's
Yeah.
the benefit?
Yeah, I mean, I think winning does wonders for drivers, and teams too. I mean, I think that you see momentum build. When our Cup team was, we won those 2 races really close together within a couple events, and you see momentum from that from a driver perspective. And then when I go on the late model side, like, we've obviously won 6 in a row, which is, we would not have expected that, but it builds momentum in those guys every time I get in the car. I'm excited, they're excited. So yeah, I think trying to build that in the cup oh, my bad. Trying to build that back in the cup side is top of the list for me. And I think going to do all this stuff during the week is trying to get me back to that level, and just, me as a driver, us as a team. So we're spending more time than ever in the simulator, things like that, trying to just get ourselves back to where we feel like we need to be, even though it's not playoff time. And people can say, oh, well, you're locked in with 2 wins. We definitely see, like, right now is a really critical point to get us back to where we want to be.
I mean, just to follow that, look, you're William Byron, you're a Cup winner. So when you win on the late models and that type of stuff, I'm just curious just how it affects you personally. I mean, are you, I'm probably exaggerating. It's not. I mean, you're not walking around going, oh my God, I can't run a Cup car, I can't race, I can't do this. I mean, you're good, mm-hmm. You're successful. So how does winning impact you personally? It seems like these are 2 different things, or is it just good to feel good about yourself once in a while, and that's the biggest thing? Yeah,
I think it's learning how to be versatile, and I think that going and winning in different cars is a big boost, because you're not one dimensional. Like before this year, like I was, I would have probably gone back and run late models earlier if I felt like it was going to go pretty well, but I didn't think I could. I didn't think I would be able to take what I do now and move around. So yeah, I think it's that, going and doing it this year has, definitely bred some confidence to know that, okay, can get in this car and learn. And so, yeah, I think that's what it takes on Sundays, is that adaptability and being able to go and do, have different techniques and make it work. Mm-hmm.
All right, William, thank you, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Can I ask